What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. All the information you're gonna need to know will be over there. And yes, I'm enjoying my little black and mild, and I'm not enjoying it all, but I'm smoking because this when I get frustrated and I see certain things, sometimes I just gotta fire it up. But I'll say I'm gonna quit one of these days. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is a story that's been running around with Cam Newton recently offered a man $1,500 for his seat. Let me give you some good game because there's a lot of false narratives getting pushed around in the media right now. And I'm gonna break some shit down to you. This ain't even gonna be a long video because if it only makes sense when it's all said and done. Let's talk about it because you got certain people trying to push a racist agenda. And by the end of the video, you let me know if you think it was a racist situation or if you thought it was something else. Because I'm gonna explain it all to you. Anyway, let me show you the video. And then we'll get into it as we break it down, and you'll understand fully what I'm talking about by the time everything's said and done. Let's check it out. $1,500 first class seat. You understand the seat is keep that in mind.
Would it?
He wanted a little bit more leg. You got some other stuff going on. All right, cool. So let's look at some stuff, and I'm gonna tell you why this is frustrating. This is annoying, and this is the type of shit that gets on my nerves when these false narratives are pushed out there. Right. You want to see with a little bit more leg room. Let me tell you, let's just look at something. Okay, let me tell you what got me frustrated about this, and then we'll get into it. So I was on the Twitters. Minding my Twitter business. And I've told y'all a lot, I don't really fuck with Tariq Nasheed. Because to me, he's like a lot of these other guys, these poverty pimps who got to push, like if there was not racism, these guys would not have a platform. And I used to rock with Tariq Nasheed. I've watched The Hidden Colors and I thought they were very interesting. Not 100% truthful, but a lot of facts in there. And if you go and do your own due diligence and you do your own research, you'll discover a lot of things outside of just what they're telling you. So this is not a knock on that. And when Tariq Nasheed used to talk about the hustling, and he had some Art of Mac and I think a couple other good books, I've read them. Very interesting. When it comes to that kind of dating game lane, that might be his thing. But he sees that. You wonder, why did he change from the dating to just this pure, all of a sudden pro-black, everything is pro-black? When these videos are made by or produced by, not always black people, but everything's pro-black, everything's, black this, black that, everything's racism, everybody's a racist, everybody's a supposed white supremacist. So Cam Newton offered a white man $1,500 to exchange seats with him, and the man turned him down. And many people are confused as to why he didn't take the money. He didn't take the offer because this was an insult to his whiteness. This ain't the dumbest fucking shit that I've ever heard. And this is not to say that racism doesn't exist. It does fucking exist. Some of it's subtle. This might not be out in the open as it is. But incidents like this, when people get to talking about shit like this, it dilutes the real racism. With situation exchange, it's like people look for any situation involving a black person or someone of a different color to call it racism. Okay? This man is flying to Paris. Obviously, he got a couple of bucks, right? Obviously, he has a little bit of money. Obviously, he got the seat that he wanted for a reason. Let's talk about the cost of a flight to Paris. 10-hour flight. He wanted to give him $1,500 to change seats. Let's talk about this, because I don't even think that was the price. But anyway, let me see. Well, let's show you what Tariq is saying, because again, he has to get people riled up and fired up. That gives him a purpose. Do I need to go ahead and break down the culture of anti-black animosity when it comes to black people interacting with other groups on flights, airlines in general, since you're all here? Did this man catch an attitude with him? Did he get real live with him? Did he yell at him? Did he call him any kind of racial epithets? And I don't think any of this happened, right? None of this stuff happened. For my opinion, what I observed, he politely declined to exchange seats with him. Whose fault is it that Cam Newton didn't get the fucking seat that he wanted? It's not this white guy's fault. It's Cam Newton's fault, or his handlers, or whoever it is. You knew that you were taking a trip, you should have got the best possible seat. Now, and I was thinking about it, and the reason why I looked into it a little deeper, I actually just ran to go grab something to eat and had the radio on, and they were talking about it, and someone went and did a little research on the cost of these tickets, and they were saying, I think they actually went and checked the actual airline and everything they was. They're saying that the tickets were damn near $3,000 for the seat in the area that he was trying to exchange, right? So there would have been a significant difference. You would have had to pay the man his ticket price, you know, for what he already spent, because that's his time that he took to book that ticket, and a little something on top of that, right? $1,500, that's less than what he spent for the ticket. So how is he winning? Because he's getting a more uncomfortable seat on a 10-hour flight. The man wants to be comfortable. But let's look at a little, I just did a little quick search on the DuckDuckGo, not the Google, because we know Google has a lot of bias, but you know, I'm not telling you what to choose, I'm not telling you what to use. But look at these things, right? Just some quick remedies. These are websites that, you know, help you find, you know, affordable pricing and shit like that. When you start talking about going overseas, first class airline ticket prices, you know, first class ticket price, $1,300. You're talking about going into Europe, $3,800. Business class, you know, $3,000. You know, this ain't Southwest. You know what I mean? You know, hey, you want to get away? It's not that. Hey, Southwest, send me a check. This is not that. Okay, this is just kind of vague numbers. Now we're gonna go to this site real quick, and it's saying cost of a trip to France. Paris is in France, for those of you who don't know. Right here, got average price, $1,303 per person. Family of 3, might be about $1,173. Family of 4, $1,109. You know, family of 5, it kind of gives you these numbers. But about $1,300 a person, right? This is not saying first class. This is not saying business class. It's not telling you anything. This is just the cost of a flight. Now, I'm assuming Cam didn't book this flight out weeks in advance or anything of that nature. You know, you got a little change. You can hop on. You can do what you want to do when you want to do it. So he probably just wasn't able to get the seat that he wanted. And the reason why I'm making this video is because it's probably not so much an indictment on Cam. I don't think Cam came out and said this man is racist and he didn't give me a seat. I don't think Cam even really gave a shit. He just tried to finesse a little deal and it didn't work for him. Carry a little bit more cash on you next time, homie. It didn't work out for him. The white guy doesn't seem like he got angry or aggravated. Just like, nah, I'm cool. Maybe he has money. Maybe the white guy has money too. You know, maybe the white guy's not hurting for $1,500. Maybe he can afford to not take $1,500 and enjoy his seat. You know, maybe he has a little cat. Maybe he has, who knows what he has going on. I don't really give a shit. Whatever, maybe he has integrity. Maybe he doesn't want to be cooped up for 10 hours and he wants to enjoy where he's at. People, you gotta stop reaching with the racism. Because again, this is what takes away from real racial problems that do occur. That's the problem I have with a lot of shit, and that's why I've stepped back a lot and I started looking at these people who call themselves pro-black or these pro-black leaders. And I'm probably gonna have to do another video soon. I did a while back before the den kind of changed up about some things. And it's why I don't identify as pro-black. Listen to the words I'm using. Why I don't identify, because I don't associate myself with a lot of these so-called leaders, because these guys have an agenda and a narrative to push. It's always about problems. And once there's not enough problems for them to push, they got to go out and make something up. To me, Tariq is just as bad as the fucking Molly video I just did, where she said the situation with LeVar Ball was a sexual innuendo. Now they're making this into a racist situation. What if that man got money? He don't want to give it. Just because the motherfucker, he can offer him $1 million, the man doesn't want to give up his fucking seat. He does not have to give up his fucking seat. And this is the shit that fucking bothers me. And this is why I stopped affiliating. I stopped listening to. I stopped just associating with people like Tariq, people who push the agendas like Tariq, and people who have that same mentality that any incident between a black person and anybody else, that's a disagreement. It could be two black folks, you have the same disagreement, it's not a problem. It could be two white people having that same disagreement, it's not a problem. But when it becomes an interaction between people of different races, it's automatically racism. Stop doing that stupid shit, because you take away from real situations that are real issues, that are real problems. This is not a fucking problem. This is a rich celebrity who just didn't get what he wanted in that situation. Guess what? Cam is gonna be all right. His legs might be a little stiff. He got trainers and all that other shit to massage the shit out, rub all the cramps out, all that extra shit. He'll be good to go this season. He won't be hurting. Stop the nonsense. Let's stop the tomfoolery and the bullshit. And again, for those of you, you know, and y'all share a story with me, and I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of y'all, if you've been fucking with the den long enough, you know how I feel. And I've mentioned Tariq and some of these other characters, and why I don't rock with them. This is not to say that I don't care about black issues. It has nothing to do with that. Do I want to see little boys and girls, black boys and girls, have the same opportunities? Absolutely. But not by blaming other people, but by building our opportunities. You know, when you build something, people can't take that from you. But when you go out and you make these fucking excuses, you do these fucking gaslighting fucking pieces just to get somebody riled up for no reason. And if you look at the comment section on that, and I'm gonna put the links in the description so you can check these out. But you go and look at the comments on these things. People are really eating this shit up because they look at this guy as a leader in the community. He's gonna tell you what's right and what's wrong. I don't rock with it. I got common sense. Come on, man. Look at the situation. Look at the facts of the situation. Guy didn't yell at him. Guy didn't diss him. The guy wasn't insulting to him. There was no aggressive exchange between either party. Declined Cam's offer. Cam went back to his seat. Cam didn't come out and say, oh, it was a racist situation. This guy did. No. Bad timing, bad planning, whatever you want to call it, uncomfortable trip. That's fine. It is what it is. Stop buying into the bullshit, y'all. Again, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but for somehow, this is what I'm saying, when non-issues become news because men are taking this shit because they have to push that agenda. And they sound like these Me Too movement motherfuckers. They sound like these Me Too movement chicks who are putting these false stories out. It's just as bad. So that hurts the women who are in the real situation. I'm tired of this. You gotta stop doing these things. Address real issues when they're real issues. Look at the entire set of facts when it comes to a story. Address it. This is not a story. Again, this is not a diss on Cam. This is not a diss on the Carolina Panthers, whatever. Go look up ticket prices for yourself to see how much it costs to get for a trip to, Charlotte? Was it Charlotte in the Carolina? To Paris for yourself. And tell me what you come up with. And if you actually go do that, I'd like to know who does it. Drop that in the comment section below. But again, live every night, 10 p.m. Central, 7 days a week. Live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central. Call into the Den line. Share your thoughts live with the Den generous, the Den folk, the denizens. I'd like to know how you feel about this story. Is this a racial issue in your opinion? Is there some racial undertones in the exchange in your opinion? Are you a fan of Tariq Nasheed? Are you a follower of some of the things that he puts up? Again, I disagree completely. I'd like to know what you think. That's what it's all about. Hey, we may not always agree on everything, but this is the best conversation on the internet. This is social commentary from a realistic perspective. I just had to cover this one real quick. I appreciate you for tuning in and watching, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hey, but with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Non-issue. I'm out.